Welcome to the Jones Review.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Jones Review here. What a great way to start the morning, and what a great way to start back the Jones Review with Season 2's premiere. So we're back here, and we're getting back in the swing of things. It's been a long time here. Just to make sure, this is B. Jones coming at you in the latest in entertainment news. Everyone better buckle up because it's going to be one hell of a ride for Season 2. And I'll be covering so much content today. I'll be covering my experience at the Con Expo in Cincinnati last weekend for my birthday, and recently turned 21. So, amen to making it to 21 so far.
Legal drinking age, man. There you go.
There you go.
Don't have too much fun, Bailey.
Well, I'll try not to. It's kind of hard. But also, the views and opinions of the Jones Review do not reflect the views and opinions of WWSU Radio or Wright State University, nor their entities. But other than that, Scotty, would you like to explain why we haven't been on lately?
Yeah, I
Season
would.
2?
So, I was wanting to return the Jones Review after about a week or two after we had our season ending. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of a small electrical fire here in the Student Union, which is the building where we have the radio station here at Wright State University. That closed off the radio station for almost a whole month. And for my job, it made it a little bit harder because I had to wait to post all the schedules, get my stuff done, obviously get your show back on the air and scheduled. But we're back, finally. It took a little bit longer than expected, but we are here, and we're here for the ride until the end of the semester and then onwards.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Scotty. Well, also, I got a little surprise for some Jones Review fans if you guys are interested. But my dad was able to make this for my birthday, and he showed it to me. And I posted on the Jones Review social medias, which I'll get to soon. But here's some stainless steel cup of the Jones Review. It's a great illustration of me, of course.
It looks amazing.
And, they got the little metal straw right here.
Yeah.
And then
We're doing some ASMR with this thing right now.
literally. Did you want to see it?
That's pretty dope, dude. I love it.
Yeah, my dad made that, and if you guys are still interested in the Jones Review mugs, there's still some available, of course. And I'll be posting that more and showing more, and I have the social media pages updated for the Jones Review. So if you guys are interested, I have a Jones Review page on Facebook and a Jones Review page on Instagram.
Awesome.
So hope you guys stay tuned for more of the Jones Review on that. But other than that, let's switch gears here and let's talk about my experience at the Con Expo in Cincinnati. So I gotta say, this is my first actual experience, like big Comic-Con wise. Like I've been to a small Comic-Con, but not to a bigger one. Like just, it's on a different scale. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. With the way I entered that Duke Energy Center, I walked in, I was feeling so nervous. Oh, I felt confident, and then immediately when I walked in, I was super nervous. I saw like so many cosplayers. I saw so many people there.
People go crazy at those events, man.
They really do.
They dedicate themselves. They really do.
Yeah, and it's just like I got my ticket. When I walked in, I was just looking. I was like, "This is beautiful." Like, if you're a fan of comics, movies, TV shows, or video games, like just anything pop culture, that's the place to go.
Yeah,
Without a doubt. And I saw so many portraits, so many cosplayers, so many pictures of just all these awesome characters that you grew up with over the years, and especially Austin St. John, the first Mighty Morphin Red Ranger that I did get to see, but fortunately I was just trying to absorb everything around my surroundings, and just to see what kind of stuff I'm interested in, what will I get for my birthday and everything. And then, I didn't really know this too, but you had to like pay like at least some money to talk to him. Well, not to talk to him, but to like take a picture with him or get an autograph,
Yep.
of course. I thought that was kind of included with the Comic-Con, but it's not. It's starting to make sense how they like actors and actresses and celebrities make their money and stuff from the Comic-Cons. But it's a part of that. But, I kind of I like walked up to him. I was like surprised, like this is him. Like this is I can't believe he literally had like his Bose speaker, Bluetooth speaker, and he's just like carrying it and stuff and put it on the rack or something. I was like, this dude is like so mellow and so like chilled and stuff. He was like, and he just, I mean, he's a normal person, but like I look at him as the first Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, the first Red Ranger. He's my favorite one too. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then when I walk up to him, well, there's a
He is human, Bailey. Yes.
he is human. Yes, I forgot about that. I was just so starstruck. And hey, people, it's a thing. Being starstruck is a thing, because you just get super nervous and you're just like, this is the person I grew up with, and you're so amazed and so astonished, and you have like no words to describe it, you know. And there's a fan in front of me, and I don't know what they were doing, but I was just being patient, just to wait on them and
Yeah.
stuff. And he was taking a long time, and I wasn't sure what they were doing, but I also kind of showed up a little late too. But they're about to close at 8. But after that, I was like, I talked to Austin St. John. I was like, "Hey man, how are you?" And he's like, "Good." And I was telling him, I was like, "Bro, I grew up with you with my childhood. You're like my favorite Red Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I love doing this for the fans, and it's been a great ride." And I was like, "Wow, this is him." Like, and then like he kind of,
Fangirling a little bit, right?
yeah, and it,
Can't blame you.
yeah, but I think the problem was I kind of showed up late, so he didn't seem interested to talk in a way. I mean, he was friendly, but like
Yeah.
I think he was tired. But I kind
What?
of
Can't
showed,
blame him.
yeah, I can't blame him either. So that's not his fault or mine. But anyways, I think I also saw the actress that played the yellow Space Ranger in Power Rangers in Space, and I didn't really, I wasn't, I was just trying to look over my surroundings and see what was available at Comic Con. I just was walking around the whole building, seeing what was there. They had a lot of great portraits of like Goku, or they had like 3D portraits of Goku or Power Rangers or John Wick or Supernatural, like just everything. Like it was so beautiful, and it was something that I haven't truly seen before, like up close, and it's just wow. And it's very nerve wracking first if you go by yourself. I mean, of course, if you go with somebody, it'll be still nerve wracking, but it was so much to take in. And when I first walked in, there was a guy that also showed you guys this too. Um, I think his name was Tony. His name was Tony, and he was telling me, he was like, "Just take it in, man. Just take it all in. It's okay." And he was telling me happy birthday, down to earth guy. And he was telling me that he actually knows Jim Lee, who actually is an illustrator or draws the comic book heroes for Batman for
Yeah.
DC. He actually knows Jim Lee. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, man. And he was telling me his stories and how he met him and stuff. And he was illustrating The Witcher too for some fan too. And I was just talking with him, and other than that, I told him it was my birthday, and at the end, he gave me this free Hellboy comic book. If you can see, kind of cool, but it's a really good illustration of him too. And did you want to see it? Okay. Yeah, but I was like, wow, I appreciate that, man. And he had like comic books aligned and stuff, and he asked me, which one do you want? I was like, for real, man. And he's like, take get it for free, man. And
Dope.
it was for my birthday. Do you want to check it out, Scotty?
Yeah, I checked it out earlier.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I haven't opened it yet, but I want to. I'm not
Save
sure.
it.
Yeah,
Save
I'm
it
just
for a
gonna.
little bit.
Yeah, I'm just
Save
gonna
it for a little
save it.
bit.
Just
Leave it in that packaging for a minute.
for sure.
Savor it.
Yeah, and then I went with my girlfriend Jordan, and she went with me the next day. And I gotta tell you, man, I was so excited. Like I never been so excited in my life. And then I tell you, man, when I saw Sam Witter, I, bro, I grew up with him like Austin St. John, but he's on a different level, man. Like this dude, he played Star Killer on the Force Unleashed games. He played Doomsday on Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
He was Darth Maul in the Clone Wars, and he also played Deacon St. John on Days Gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, man, I had to stay in line for at least a good 2 hours or 2 hours and 30 minutes. That line was long. Like I saw the other lines, like I had my eye on him like for a couple weeks because I was like, this is the guy I want to see at Comic Con. Like I'm like satisfied if I at least get a picture or an autograph by him. And staying in line, it was so tempting and so I was so anxious to meet him. And then when I finally get to meet him, it's like 2 hours passed. He went to get lunch and they gave me a ticket so I can still reserve my seat in the line. And when I come back, I'm like, oh, I'm so anticipated, man. I'm about to meet him. And then I get the autograph. Well, I'll show it in a bit, but I get the autograph and I get ready. I pay for my combo and stuff because they do like combos at Comic Cons. Like for a certain celebrity, they like do a autograph or a selfie, and then they can do a combo where it's a deal basically. And I did the combo so I can get a selfie with them and stuff. I'll probably show it to you in a little bit. But
Just upload it to your social media, bro.
yeah, it's uploaded on
Yeah.
Facebook and everything. But I when I first meet him, it's just I felt starstruck, and I talked to him. I was like, "Hey Sam, how are you?" And he's like, "Good." And I was telling him like I grew up with you with my childhood, and I was wearing the mask too, and he thought I said I thought you ruined my childhood. I was like, no, that's not what I said. I was like, I didn't mean to say that, and I was telling him I was like, I grew up with you, and I played The Force Unleashed. I forgot to say I played Days Gone too. I was just so like it was so amazing because I met him. I was like, it was
You were
just
fangirling.
yeah, I was fangirling, man. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I was
I would
fangirling.
do the same thing.
Yeah, I was
Like if I was John Mayer, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right. You know what's up.
literally. Yeah, that's what I felt. I was
Yeah, right.
fangirling. I was telling Jordan before we went there. I was like, I'm about to fangirl the hell out of this. I
Right.
swear. When I first meet him, and I tell you, Scotty, it was just when I
Oh, I bet it was exciting.
it was exciting, and I was talking with him, and I told him I was like I also love the Clone Wars and love what you did with Darth Maul, like just him in flesh, in the flesh. And he was telling me how he got the Darth Maul spot and he was cast as Darth Maul, but the way he also told me that he wasn't he was casted, but he got called in. He didn't have to really audition for it because he was afraid that he wouldn't get the part at all too. And he's also a huge Star Wars fan too, so I kind of forgot about that. But he also told me that he's very excited to do it, and they just told him you can just come in and do it. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. He told me that. And then also I got this autograph by him, and I had to go retro with the Star Killer because that was his Star Wars character in the Force Unleashed. So he said, "Happy birthday, Bailey." So I was pretty happy that day.
Oh yeah.
And then
That's
guess
pretty
what?
dope.
What I did, Scotty?
Huh.
I walked off because I forgot to get the selfie. I was so starstruck, man. I was like, "Oh crap! I forgot my selfie."
Bailey,
And then,
Bailey. Only this dude would do that too.
yeah. And then I was talking to the people that were helping with the Comic Con, and they let me back in the line. And I told the lady I forgot my selfie. I was so starstruck. And everybody heard it was my birthday. It was like, "It's your birthday? It's your birthday? We should say happy birthday." And then they're so hyped. That was like my first like official Comic Con, a big Comic Con. And everybody was just talking. I was like, "Oh, Sam, hope he doesn't see me, man. I don't mean to." And then, I took the selfie with him, and he was very cool about it. So I got to see him again sometime for sure at a Comic Con so I can talk with him. But there were also, they had Sean Shimena, who plays
Mhm.
Goku. Sean, oh, Shamal. Oh, Sean Shamal. Schimmel. Oh, Sean Schimmel. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry, was his name. He was also there. I wanted to see him, but I didn't have time to. And then they also had Matt Lerner, who plays Anakin Skywalker on the Clone Wars.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, but I wasn't really interested.
Okay.
He's all right. But
He's all right.
next time maybe. And then they also had
You had your priorities set.
yeah, on Sam Witter, man. That was my birthday gift for sure.
Yeah, right.
And they also had Katie Cassidy, was on Arrow, and she played Black Canary. She was there, and then they had Tom Canoff, who also played Reverse Flash on the Flash. Um, what else do they have? They have Felicia Day, who played Charlie on Supernatural,
Mm-hmm.
and they also had Austin St. John, of course, and then I think they had the Pocahontas actress. I don't remember her name, but she was there too, and I think they also had the Shredder there too, like from the original Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hmm.
I also forget his name too, but hey, I gotta say. It was an awesome birthday gift and awesome experience to go to a full weekend's worth of Comic Con. Like I tell you, man, it was an experience that I never gone through before, and I would recommend it to any of
I mean, dude, you were hyping it up for a while. I was pretty
you.
excited for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know we wanted to try to do something like a show over there, which would have been really dope.
Yeah,
But maybe somewhere down the line we could do something like that.
of course, down the road, definitely to have our own table and maybe even show up to the panels and just like ask questions. I mean, of course, they have the Q&A panels too, which I wasn't able to show up to because
Yeah.
it was just like so early in the morning. But yeah, down the road we should definitely do that, and I should email the people down the road.
See if they're cool with that. Yeah.
See if
'Cause, I
they're
mean,
cool.
they already have a lot of
Yeah,
media there.
yeah.
So.
But yeah, it was a awesome experience. For my rating, I would give it a 5 out of 5 because they
Back
had
to the 5 out of 5s every time.
yeah, 5 out of 5.
Some things never change on this show, folks.
Never.
I'm just messing with you, Bailey.
You're good.
No, I expected you to say a
Mhm,
5 out of 5 on that one. I mean,
mhm.
if I enjoyed comics and everything as much as you did, I know I would love it too.
It
That's just like saying me going to guitar, like the biggest guitar center in the world or something, right?
yeah.
Like you fangirl about it.
Hmm. And it was just you're so absorbed by how many people like the same stuff that you like, and you were just like, oh,
Did you
this.
talk to a lot of people there?
Actually, I did. I
Have
caught
like a lot of small talk, just kind
yeah.
of get to know like what they enjoyed
Hmm.
and all that stuff, or
Yeah.
where they're from, etc.
Hmm. And I met I met a person who dressed up as Dante from Devil May Cry,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to take a picture with them. And I met a person who was like a hybrid of Darth Maul and a Predator at this like
Yeah.
fused. Like it had like a lightsaber on the right arm or right forearm, then it had the Predator like sword and stuff
Yeah.
on the left forearm. It was pretty cool. And then I got to take a picture of I think the Crying Angels and the Daleks from Doctor Who, and I took a picture with Wookiees from Star Wars,
Yeah.
and they were so tall, man. I look like a munchkin, like in the picture too, and one of them gave me a hug too. I was like, eh. And then
Nice.
my girlfriend Jordan, she took a picture with them, and then after that, I think I took a picture with Winter Soldier from Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was about it. But yeah, it was a great experience. Oh, wait, one more thing. I also got to share this. Also, from the same comic book artist, I was able to obtain a Spawn portrait. It's pretty sick. I think King see.
Yep. There you go.
And then it has a signature right there. So it's I I saw it because it looked pretty cool to me and it looked sick. And
Yeah.
I forgot to show this to him real quick. Here you go. But yeah, just like the whole experience was amazing. I would recommend it to anyone who's into comics, Star Wars, any pop culture, just anything about it. Just go to Comic Con. Like it's an experience that you can't just not.
It's one of a kind, right?
Yeah, it's one of a kind. It's one of a kind. Oh yeah, they also had pop culture weapons there. They had like anime weapons, video game weapons,
Yeah.
like all for like cosplay and everything. It was just so cool, man. It was just an experience that you can't live without for sure. But yeah, down the road we should definitely like head to a Comic Con. Well, we gotta ask that event if we can have a booth there or something.
We'll see what's up.
Yeah, we'll see what's up for sure. But yeah, I would recommend Comic Con to anybody. And if you guys are listening, you guys can call the number at is it 937-775-5555, or by live chat on YouTube, or by the right state radio stations. Like, but anyways, let's switch gears to Cyberpunk. So, Cyberpunk is a video game that I had my eye. Well, I was kind of in my mind when I first saw the trailer, I was like, "Wow, this looks amazing! This looks astonished, revolutionary."
Yeah, the
And
game's trailer did look super dope.
yeah, and then like next thing you know, all I hear is first person. Major turnoff right there.
Not like
'Cause
first person games.
sometimes, depending on like how the setting of it is, and it's futuristic, it's cyberpunk. But it just I wasn't expecting that from CD Projekt Red because
Okay,
they made
yeah,
The Witcher and
yeah.
it's third person, so it kind of threw me off. I'm like, why are they making a first person game when they usually make third person games?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's something that they wanted to try just to
So
make
let
it.
me ask you this real quick: when you would play like the Elder Scrolls games, would you always play in third person?
Yes,
See, I was always the guy to play in first person.
really.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Like sometimes in Oblivion, I would go in third person
Mhm.
because the mechanics are a little janky. But in Skyrim, like all the animations and stuff looks so much better in first person. Plus, it throws you in third person when you're doing some killing animations.
Okay.
So I don't know. I've always been the type of guy to be in first person.
I don't know. I thought I see why people like first person because they want to be immersive with the gameplay.
I think that's the
Yeah,
reason why I do it.
yeah. Because I know that they don't want to watch another character do what you want to do in the game. And for third person, well, I like third person because I actually get to see the character that I'm playing as, and I think it makes it a better experience for me, from my opinion. But I see why people like first person because they want to do it themselves, and it just seems like they're actually doing it themselves instead of just visually seeing another character do it for you. But I was pretty disappointed that it's first person. But when I actually played it, well, I think it was more the promotion that really got to me. Because when they really promoted this game, it was off the charts. And guess what? Keanu Reeves was there at E3. You're breathtaking. Like it's just something that came out of nowhere. I was like, Keanu Reeves is in this game. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
He's like trending.
I'm pretty sure
And
he was in the trailer and all
yeah.
that. And I saw him. I haven't played Cyberpunk,
Mhm.
but I've seen people play, and I gotta say, like, I heard so many bad things about it when it first came out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Uh, I was gonna get to that too,
Yeah,
but yeah, it was just what really got me hooked on to getting this game is just the weapons, the weaponry, and it was so futuristic, and I liked how you can customize yourself with augments and upgrade, and you can literally like have a double jump or have like these because everyone's augmented and they're upgraded or enhanced with technology and cybernetics. So people are more like cyborgs than actual humans. I
yeah,
mean, some are humans, but like they're more cyborgs now. But for like certain weapons, you can have like gorilla arms or something to where you can hit people harder and actually become stronger. That's what they're called. But yeah, it kind of sounded weird, but it's more like it kind of made you your skin stronger in a way. And then they had like some type of strong lasso to where you can like have it in your arm and you can just slash it and it's just so strong that it can slash people and everything. And then they also had like mantis arms to where you can actually pull out blades out of your arms. And you actually like can
kind of like the
like
hidden blade from Assassin's Creed, but it's
yeah.
actually inside your arm.
Yeah, it was like a whole big blade that just comes out and you can just slash people with it. And then you can also have like an actual shotgun. Actually, can like or you can have a smart shotgun or like a smart assault rifle. It actually shoots bullets around like objects and like can go to opponent. Everything. It's a cool concept. But the problem is when it first came out on last gen, or I wouldn't say current gen, but the current gen, the newer generations of consoles, it looked better on there. But the previous consoles, Scotty, it was so bad, it looked like something they made 10 years ago.
Really.
Yeah, it didn't even look like what they showcased on the promotions or the commercials at all. It,
Like I said, the only time okay, so on Discord, like I was talking to my buddy and he was streaming it.
hmm
It didn't look too bad, like graphic wise, but it was on PC.
Yeah,
I haven't actually seen gameplay from older gen consoles.
Scotty, it was really bad. Like it was like there's
When
some
Bailey says my name before he says something, I know he's really serious.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will definitely take your word for that. But
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to like buy Cyberpunk and hop into it, but I've
Mm-hmm.
just heard all those negative things about it, and it just kind of turned me away.
I mean, what really got me hooked onto it was the gameplay, other than the graphics. Because I'm a huge graphics guy, but when it comes to just gameplay, it really immerses yourself into the
I like
world.
gameplay more than graphics. I
You would
mean,
like this game a lot, Scott.
Oblivion is my favorite game of all time. That game was made in like 2006. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
graphics are not good in that.
right. But if you really like Skyrim or Oblivion, I think
Hmm.
you would like Cyberpunk because it has so much amazing gameplay. It has a great story too, actually.
Hmm.
And I gotta say, the katanas, the futuristic katanas, are really cool,
Yeah.
and the blades, and just everything about that world building, I always like. Also, it's about how it's set in a near distant future like us, but our resources are scarce,
Yep.
and everyone moved to a home base in Nevada, to where they made like a futuristic city called Night City, and it's basically where everyone from all the countries form into one whole country or one unit, like a nation,
Yep.
but more not like the United States. But just everything about the that world is insane, and Keanu Reeves is in
Very
it. Yeah, it's
creative.
very creative too. I gotta give him props on CD Project Red for that, because that world building was just amazing, and the storylines there, great graphics on the next gen, um, just without a doubt. Out of 5 stars, I would give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
But with futuristic aspects of it and future updates along the way, I would give it a 4, because it had room for improvement
Yeah, like
for
most
next
games
gen.
do.
Yeah. You have a question? Oh no. Oh, okay. I thought he had a question. My bad. Okay, but we'll get to Cyberpunk in a little bit, but we're coming up on our commercial break, top of the hour break. So we'll get back to more of the Jones review, and I'll have more game reviews soon. So I hope you guys stay tuned for more of the Jones review.
Welcome to the Jones Review.
Welcome back to the Jones Review here. This is B. Jones coming at you and more of the entertainment news. And I have my brother here, Scotty, who's my producer on the show.
Good to be here as always, my friend. Good to be back on the airwaves here on 106.9 FM.
Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. But I have so much content to cover. I'm just filled with a lot of
You've had a month to
content.
prepare, so I've been excited to hear what you've had to say.
Yes, sir. But let's get back to Cyberpunk.
Let's do it.
So basically, they have this main character called V, and he's basically you have three choices. You can be a corporate officer, or you can be a street kid, or you can be an outlander. But in the beginning, it's kind of different, but they all lead into the same storyline. And you have this best friend named Jackie, who helps you in the storyline down the road. But he's just that best friend in that game. Be like, hey, I like him, you know?
Yeah,
just
right.
Like he's just there for you and stuff. But
Character you kind of connect with.
Yeah. But it basically V and Jackie have to steal this sacred chip that, it's kind of that expensive chip to where it kind of hacks anything, or it can lead to a future, or they can make a lot of money off of it. But, it goes downhill, and the next thing you know, V has to make a sacrifice to where he has to put the chip inside him in order to keep him alive, because he kind of damaged himself along this chip heist in a way. But yeah, next thing you know, you're just going through the motions, and it's literally like I would say it's kind of like a futuristic GTA, just the way the story is. And you meet
I could say that.
Yeah, and you can meet interesting characters along the way, and I would say it's kind of
I wouldn't say realistic though.
Well, not realistic, but like just the graphics of it.
Okay, yeah, visually realistic.
Visually realistic. But yeah, you can also meet just different types of people. It also has side missions. It doesn't have a lot of interesting cars as I want to. They do have like, I would say like a Type 66. It's like this fast car, and just the way it looks. They also have like different versions of it too. But my favorite one is the Outrider one, or the Outsider one, because they had like these engines that look kind of like they were fixed into the car, and it just looks like it's just standing out, and it's beautiful, man. But yeah, if you have a chance, Scotty, I would recommend it, because
it's something I've looked into, but it's one of those games where it's like, if it's on sale for a decent price, I will get it, but if it's not, then I'm not going to touch it for a while. You know what I mean?
Right. I would say you should get it when it's on sale.
That's honestly what my plan was. You know me, I don't really get to play video games much, but I know we talked about State of Decay a lot.
Yes, sir.
I bought Madden 22. I've been playing that a little bit here and there, but like I said, I never have time to play.
Gotcha. But yeah, I guess we'll move on to State of Decay 2. Might as well.
If you want, let's hop right into it. That's a game. That's something I can actually talk to you about.
Yeah, I've been meaning. I was like, maybe I should talk about State of Decay 2 today. But hey, State of Decay 2. So I haven't played the first game, but when this game first came out, I played this game like it was no tomorrow. Like I literally.
I was the same way. I didn't play the first one, but I had some buddies. Back when I was playing on the 360, because the first one was on the 360, the Xbox 360, and my buddies would always talk about how cool it was, and I was like, man, that does sound pretty dope. State of Decay 2 came out on the Xbox, and my buddy, I was game sharing with him, so I got it for free. And I was like, dang, this game is pretty dope. I'm like, I like it. This is it was very different from anything I've really played, because it has that community survival, which is in a lot of games, but it was very unique with how it was structured.
Right.
With like the way you had to play it, the way you had to beat it.
And yet
and there are different ways you can technically beat it too.
Right. And like it's mainly like a survival game too. And I loved how
there's no true story to it.
Yeah. But I liked how you basically created your own community, and you had resources that you had to get from different houses, stores, hospitals, like you name it. And you can literally like steal cars if you want to, but
it's not really stealing.
But yeah, it's more like you can just
utilizing your resources, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's the middle of a zombie apocalypse. You see a car, there's no one near it. I mean, you're gonna take it, Bailey. I'm gonna take it, Bailey. You know.
Yeah. without a doubt.
But
And,
yeah, there's like things like that you can use to get around the map. You know, having to put fuel in your car. You know, you hit barriers, hit zombies. You have to repair the vehicle or it'll blow up. I've had one of my cars blow up before. Luckily, I jumped out in time, didn't die.
but there's some aspects of the game where you dislike it because you just think you have to have that problem in the game. And
Like all games have their problems, you know.
Yeah, but it just when you're scarce of resources, you're screwed. And not screwed,
depending on what the resource is.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, if you don't have fuel and you're near the beginning, I mean, you're gonna have to walk a lot of places. And if your base is in a rural area, I mean, you're gonna have to walk for a while. And your character has a limited amount of weight/item space they can carry. Like the bigger backpack you have, the more stuff you can carry. And every item has like a weight to it. So if you're over encumbered, then you're gonna walk really slow,
and you're gonna be
you're gonna get
tired.
fatigued fast when you're fighting zombies.
Right. And it's just there's times where you can fight a zombie and it can take all your stamina, and a zombie can just mess you up and you're down to a very low health, like 10 out of 100 health. And actually you can get injured by a zombie or by falling, and that could really damage your character too. And also your character can die, and it can become a zombie. And you can also recruit other characters to your community.
Yeah, you can swap between, like, if you have a member in your community, you're able to swap to play as different ones to get their standing in the community up, as well as boost their stats, et cetera, and assign them certain skills. For example, like, you could have one person, you could recruit somebody that's good with electricity.
Right.
So if you have some type of power unit, you could get on some more different facilities that run off electricity that you wouldn't be able to get with a standard character. That could either boost morale, boost defense, etc.
And I loved how I think it was Current Labs, or no, Dead Labs. Those are the developers that made the game, Dead Labs, and also it is a Microsoft exclusive. But
it's a pretty good one too.
It's a great game, and I love how they have these characters that they kind of have the same character models, some of them, but they still have their own unique way to them and unique storyline that comes with them. And like you said, they have the traits that really got me hooked, and you can upgrade the traits along the way with those characters, and you can really upgrade them to like a gold. Is it out of 5 stars or 6? I think
5.
I think 5 stars. You can upgrade your character up to 5 stars and fully max out.
It's 6.
Yeah, 6 stars, and you can fully max out their trait to where it boosts their morale with the community, and it helps you out as the community. And also, you do have enemies along the way, humans.
Yeah, so if you don't help certain other communities, like NPC communities, they can become hostile. So that's one thing you really have to focus on in the game is keeping everybody else happy, so you can trade with them or get resources from them. Because if you just let them sit, they're eventually going to turn hostile. And anytime you drive by or try to do anything in that area, pretty much try to kill you.
Pretty much.
And there's one time I did die by a bunch of people jumping me.
Ah,
yeah, it was right at the start of a new game. I didn't have any guns, etc. And I'm like, I went up to this place thinking it wasn't hostile, and I just started getting shot at. Well, I went up there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go up there. I had a pistol. That's all I had. I'm like, I'm just gonna go hit them all in the head, right? Well, I tried that. I lost all my ammo, so I'm like, okay, pull out my machete. Tried that. Did not work. Ended up dying. This was like 100 meters from my base, too.
No.
Really sucked. Yeah, it was a bit of a mistake. That was the first time I ever had a character die in the years I played that game.
I bet you had
and that was recent, too. That was just a few months ago. I was just getting really cocky. But, yeah, it's whatever. It's what the game's about. I mean, it was kind of fun to experience that, I guess.
Yeah. I love also how it's third person.
Yeah.
Too. It's really...
That's one of the games I do like that's in third person. It's a really good third person game.
Is it, bro, I think it's been out for a good... Oh, got a caller?
Hello, caller. You are on the Jones Review.
Hi. So, I have a general question.
What's up?
So, for enjoying the game, it's a great game. But what about when you get near end game and almost everything becomes repetitive and all you're really doing is just collecting materials for your community? Would you guys do that?
Well, one thing you have to do during this game is you also have to destroy these things called plague hearts.
Oh yeah.
So that's a big part of the story is you have to go and destroy all these. And these things are pretty tough because there's the plague zombies, which there's this thing called the blood plague. So when they hit you, it rises. And if your meter gets full, you turn into a zombie pretty much. But you can treat it at your base. So one thing that you have to do is you have to destroy these plague hearts as you're getting these resources and able to keep your community alive. Because after each day, resources will be utilized by the community itself, and also while you're doing other things, you're going to be using like fuel, building materials to build stuff on your base, etc.
Yep. And you also have plague cures, and you also have plague samples to create plague cures. And then when you have your resources, and as you build more resources, you can make your community better. And it just the whole game, I would recommend it to you if you have a chance. What's your name, by the way?
So I'm Sage.
Hey,
Sage. Oh, what's up, Sage?
I mean, the game can get a little repetitive. I will say that.
Yeah.
And that's one. If you're cool with repetition, then you'll like the game. See, I'm not one to like repetition in games, as I've preached on your show before, Bailey. But this is one of the games I can just do because even while you're doing this repetitive task, there's more stuff you can experience as you're doing this. You can find the Juggernaut zombies, which are, giant dudes that take, grenades and stuff to kill. There's the Ferals, there's hordes to kill. You can go and clear out infestations, which will give you influence. These influence points are what you use to find more resources, recruit new people to community, et cetera, et cetera. So while you're doing that repetitious stuff as, getting materials and all that stuff, near the end game, you're still working for other things as you're getting the materials. I think that's the reason why it doesn't feel completely repetitive. And plus, all the characters, like I said, there's no story to it.
Yeah.
So it's all these characters are randomized.
Right.
Their names, the way they talk, the traits they have, and that's every time you start a new game, there's always something new going on.
There's always a new character that pops up, and they have the same face model, but it's still a different character. And they also continuously add content to the game too. They added Daybreak, which is more like to where you earn prestige points to where you can unlock these premium characters called Red Talon characters, and they're very interesting to play as them. And they can literally destroy zombies. They can also do like special moves on zombies too. And they also have the aim snap feature with them, or a trait, I should say.
It's like an aim assist, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also have, I think, Homecoming too, which recently came out, and it basically comes with the original story from the first game. Yeah, but it just all these characters and all the gameplay, just the whole world about it. It's just the way they just, I don't know how to describe it.
Sage, have you played State of Decay 2?
Yes, I have. I've played it all the way through, and the only reason why I stopped playing it is because in Daybreak, like you guys are saying, Daybreak is only good if you have a group of people to play it with and actually earn points.
Yeah,
you're not really going to get like a crazy amount of points if you're just like only making it to like the second wave just like by yourself or with like two people.
Yeah,
you definitely need a great squad.
I'd usually have some friends play with me on my PC because I'm a PC gamer. Yeah. So over the summer, I had some buddies. I convinced them to buy it because through the Game Pass it was free. So I was like, yeah, you guys should just get Game Pass and get it, right? And we played it, and playing with other people gives you a lot more influence, and it's obviously more fun.
Oh, of course, without a doubt, it's always fun to play with somebody and your friends. I would say it does get boring if you play by yourself.
It's one of those games in my eyes that's like once you go through and beat it, you might go do a second one right off the bat like I did, but if not, typically I'll take a few months break and then hop back into it. So it kind of I have that kind of like new feeling to it again because I forget some things. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Just the whole game. It's a stunning game that I would recommend to anybody who loves zombie games or loves zombies, and it's literally they have a whole lore of zombies in that game. They also got a plague ferals and plague juggernauts too.
Yeah.
Blood plague juggernauts and blood
Yeah.
plague ferals, and then they got blood plague zombies. They just added a new storyline and map recently. I think this September 1st, Homecoming, and it's actually continues the storyline from I forget that other storyline that they had too. It was like a DLC.
I can't recall at the moment.
But it kind of continues that in a way. But yeah, just the whole game itself, it's beautiful, and it just, you can play with your friends. It's in and drop in and out co-op. Just you can actually call in vehicles or call in resources or call in airstrikes, I think.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that if you claim a certain base.
Mhm.
Like there's this one that I claimed and I got an artillery strike thing for it, and you use influence to call the artillery strike.
But yeah, it was just. You have any questions about this game, Sage? Any more questions?
I don't have any more questions. Thank you.
Ain't no problem. But yeah, by the way, I also like to mod the crap out of the game. So if you need any resources and weapons, I got you.
All right. I can't say that I've gotten myself into the modding the actual game part.
Yeah, it's
I haven't modded it. I've
Yeah.
played clean the whole way through on that game
me too. I play clean until like
until you get bored.
yeah, until I get bored. It becomes fun for some reason. I don't know why. It's just that engine that they use that you can mod it through. It just for some reason makes it fun.
I mean, modding games is always fun.
Yeah. But yeah, Sage. So if you, hope you have a good day today, and I'll catch you soon.
All righty. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you, Sage. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for calling, Sage.
All right. Well, thank you, Sage, for talking to us a little bit here right before our commercial break. We talked a lot about State of Decay, Bailey. Anything else you want to touch up on? We got about 8 minutes before our commercial break here.
Okay.
You want to keep going at it?
Yeah, let's keep going at it.
Let's keep
man.
going at it, Bailey.
Yeah, but just I gotta give my review for this first. So for State of Decay 2, out of 5 stars, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars because it has room for improvement, but I think it peaked at 4. I think it peaks at 4 for me.
I was going to give it the same one, about 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
It's a very fun game. It's very unique.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of zombie games, you think of a first-person Call of Duty zombie shooter, typically.
Yeah.
Or something like Dying Light, etc. It's a game that's very different from a lot of the other ones. You don't see too many community-based survival games like State of Decay.
Mm-hmm.
So being introduced to something like that for me was very fun. Because it's something I never did before. Like community-based games, I've never really been a fan of. But I'm a big zombie guy. I like zombie games.
Me too.
So I think that influenced why I like the game a lot. But the way the game is made, how you have to work and grind, is one of the games I can actually sit there and grind it out and still have fun with it. Because as you're grinding it out, there's multiple things you can do, multiple things that happen. People need help. There's a horde here. There's an infestation there. Stuff like that. There's a lot of small features they put in this game that made it really fun. Like you said, there is room for improvement, but other than that, I mean, it's a really good game.
Yeah.
The mechanics can be a little crappy here and there, a little janky, with a game like that, especially with how little in disk space that thing is and how big those maps are.
Right.
You're kind of bound for some texture glitches and
like
map
fall
issues,
through maps and stuff, and your character staying still,
getting glitched out. Yeah, but like I said, 4 out of 5 stars for me.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Scotty, what are your thoughts? Have you ever watched the State of Decay 3 trailer yet?
I actually have not.
You should when you get a chance.
I didn't know they were making a State of
Yeah,
Decay 3. Well, that's a good surprise.
Yeah, they announced it a couple years ago. They haven't said anything yet towards the sequel, but they had a trailer come out and they had like a zombie deer actually as like a enemy.
Huh.
Yeah, it was like a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
But like it's gonna introduce like zombie animals or something. Or like,
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Imagine fighting a zombie bear.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The thing would be like killer to kill.
It takes so many bullets and stuff to kill, and
Throw my damn pipe bombs at it, right? Throw
Mhm.
like 10 of those and still walking around.
Yeah.
You know what I like doing in State of Decay?
What?
Crippling zombies.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Getting like a sledgehammer and hitting their legs, and they're just crawling towards me, and I just go up and I'm like, right on their head with the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like those animations. I think it's
Me
pretty dope.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there with a horde around you, and you got this two-handed sledgehammer. You're just like swinging it around you, man.
Yeah.
No, that stuff was so cool. I like the combat mechanics.
Mhm. And just like you can have a katana machete, or you can have the RTX blade, or just anything in a sledgehammer, or the machete blade.
I think this is a part of DLC, but that bounty hunter dude, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you can get some pretty cool weapons from him
Mhm.
just by doing like, kill 30 zombies with a headshot with a pistol or something like that, and you get like a Tommy gun or something like that, or something weird like that. And it's like, man, this is pretty dope. It's like easy way to get weapons, right?
Mhm. Like cool weapons that you can just upgrade.
And if you're like a certain level, or you have like an armory or something in your base, you can just sit there and craft a bunch of ammo for it. Because there's this one point where my community, was very decked out. I had like 60 things of ammunition in my storage, and it was like over stockpile. So I just made a bunch of ammo.
Sweet.
So I did that, and then I had like 3 play cards left. I just fully decked out my inventory with just ammo for this gun and like pipe bombs and like incendiary grenades, and I just went and destroyed all these play cards. I'm sitting there with a Tommy gun, just like all over the killing these zombies, and throwing my pipe bombs at the heart and all that. Nah, it's pretty dope. I like that game a lot.
Scotty, we gotta play State of K2 sometime, man.
Yeah, you know me, in college, I'm very busy.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I just bought that new guitar. I don't even have way too much time to play it. Only like a few hours a week. Yeah.
Playing John Mayer music.
There's a song called "I Don't Trust Myself" that I've been reteaching myself, because I used to know how to play it, but it's been years. So yeah, I've been diving back into it. You saw the picture of my Stratocaster, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So beautiful.
That's a nice guitar.
It is. It feels so nice to play. I bought this Fender Champion 40 amp for it, $250, and it has all these cool effects on it.
Really?
So I can make it sound like a metal guitar. I can make it sound like the Beatles. I can make it sound like there's like a wah-wah effect. So for like little funk music and stuff, right?
Right.
And a lot of cool stuff I can mess with.
That's awesome.
I just wanted to, yeah. I didn't need. Anytime I talk about my guitar, I go into it.
Okay. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna come back soon on the Jones Review, and we're gonna hit our commercial break real quick, and we'll talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah. So stay tuned for more of the Jones Review.
Welcome to the Jones Review.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jones Review here. This is B. Jones coming at you in the latest in entertainment news. We're back from our break, and now we have me and Scotty. So definitely.
Good to be here. Good to talk a lot, too. I've actually been able to talk about State of Decay with you, a little bit of Cyberpunk, too. Stuff I actually know. And I know I saw this post you made on Snapchat about the Comic-Con Expo. That looked really dope. I mean, like I said, Bailey, I'm a sports nerd, so that's not my realm, but it looked like a lot of fun.
Bro, I think you would have a great time. Jordan is not...
I told you, if I'm free, I wouldn't mind going down there with y'all. I would feel very out of place, but I would still like to experience something like that.
Of course, man.
Some down the road.
We're definitely going to have to plan it for sure.
Well, maybe we can incorporate a little radio stuff on there. Or, worst comes to worst, we can't do it for here, for bringing the equipment. I can bring some of mine from back home, and we might be able to have a little bit of fun with it. We'll see what's up.
Sounds like a plan. Even Jordan, she's not, well, she does like that stuff, but not too big. Like how
she just wanted to support you, right?
Yeah. But she was just supporting me. But she said she had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I know I would have fun if I went, even if I didn't understand what was going on. Just seeing all those cool costumes and cosplayers and all these, people. I might recognize a few, like Thor. I liked watching that movies. The Thor movies are pretty cool. If I saw the dude who played Thor, that'd
Chris
be pretty
Hemsworth, yeah, that would have been crazy.
That would have been pretty dope.
There would have been a long line.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The whole facility would be packed.
Yeah, right. All right, Bailey. Well, we're talking about Valhalla, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's hop right into it, my friend.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Vikings.
Vikings.
A game I still have yet to play, but I've wanted to.
Hey.
Last Assassin's Creed I played was Odyssey, and a lot of people didn't really like Odyssey.
I personally did not like Origins nor Odyssey.
I know, Bailey, and that hurts because I guess it's because for me, I love Greek and Roman mythology.
Me too, man.
And they incorporate that game a lot because it's over, in Greek, the Greece area and Rome area. So you're doing the war, you can choose what side, etc. But I like that game a lot. But I haven't touched Valhalla yet. Yeah. So Bailey, let's inform everybody on Assassin's Creed Valhalla and inform me as well.
Oh, of course, without a doubt. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla takes place in the Viking era, and where they're getting close near the end of the Viking era, but it's more towards, England becoming the true United Kingdom. And with this main character, Eivor, there's two versions that you can play as. You can play as the male or female version of Eivor.
That's one thing they've started incorporating a lot in these games is male and female characters.
Yeah. I liked how they've been adding more female representation throughout the Assassin's Creed franchise. And it just, the way the story is, you take care of your homeland. And I would say it is similar to State of Decay 2 in a way. You have to take care of your community. You have to get resources, but it doesn't go like fully developed in there, but it's still kind of like as sort of side missions in a way. But it's mainly like you have to find a new home to where you become I forget what it's called, but you become the captain of the community, and you go through these missions.
They don't call them like warlords or anything for the leaders, do they?
No, there's like a term for it, but I'll have to look it up soon. But anyways, I love how Valhalla goes back to the original storyline where it left off from Assassin's Creed 3. It kind of like intertwines itself with Origins and the Odyssey storylines. It kind of like becomes fused together in a way, but I loved how they bring back old characters like Rebecca and Owen from the previous Assassin's Creed. And then there's like a very like special character that you kind of, he sounds familiar, but you kind of know who he is, but I don't want to spoil that for any Assassin's Creed fans. But I love the combat in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It actually incorporates Norse mythology too, which is awesome. And it kind of follows the same gameplay as Origins and Odyssey, but improved on. And the gameplay kind of reminds you of the previous Assassin's Creed games. And there's also raids that you can do. That you can do I think ship raids too. Well, it's kind of different when you're doing it in Valhalla, but you can also find treasures to where you can upgrade equipment. It's an RPG, of course. It does have the same elements for RPG based game. You can upgrade your equipment. You can upgrade your weapons. You can change your outfits too and upgrade them along the way. And then there's also a big skill tree, and it kind of reminds you of like what you see in the stars when you're upgrading your abilities. Like you can like it kind of like resembles Orion's belt too with some of the skill sets and everything, and with different skill sets, it can upgrade you to um it can upgrade you like skill wise, like combat wise, or being an assassin. And also, what I do like about this game, you actually have some assassin. You actually have a hidden blade in this game, and you actually
The hidden blade is goaded.
goaded. And that's what's something that they had it in Origins, but they didn't truly have it in Odyssey. And to me, Odyssey, I don't count that as a true Assassin's Creed game. I don't know, it's just something with Odyssey. Like I'm actually almost done with it, but like I'm at the towards the very end of it. But I'm actually trying my best.
Bailey's about to make me cry live on air, everybody.
I'm sorry, Scotty, but it's just like I
No,
don't
you're
know.
good. No, I've heard a lot of people say they didn't like Odyssey. And I mean, I understand because when I think of Assassin's Creed, like when you think of Assassin's Creed, what is the first game that pops in your head?
Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed
Ezio.
Brotherhood for me. And you know, the last really, really good Assassin's Creed game, in my opinion, would probably have to be either 3 or Black Flag.
I agree with Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, I really liked Black Flag. But Odyssey, I mean, sure, it didn't 100% feel like an Assassin's Creed game, truly, but it felt like a unique game, kind of. I mean, it still obviously was Assassin's Creed, but I mean, you also have the ship, so it feels like Black Flag, but it also has the Roman Greek mythology, and you're also in the war and all that stuff. And then Assassin's Creed 3, I mean, you're still in that trilogy of like being you're an assassin. You have those flashbacks, you have that eagle vision, you have this, you have that, you have the basic stuff.
Yeah.
I just love playing as Ezio back on Brotherhood and
For
Assassin's Creed. Was it 2, right?
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood
and Revelations.
Yeah. Ezio's the GOAT.
Ezio is a true assassin.
Oh,
OG assassin.
Altair, Ezio. Connor was pretty good. I mean,
he was decent.
I don't consider him like a true. I don't know. When I think of assassins, I think of the 1500s. I think of Ezio and Altair.
They're truly like incorporated in the Brotherhood and the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I know what you're saying because
It's hard to explain because it's been so long since I played these games. But yeah.
But yeah, also just for the story, it's basically also Eivor's trying to find Valhalla. Or trying to fight his way to get to Valhalla. And I'll drop this hint. I would say Valhalla is not what you expect it is. I would say it's more Assassin's Creed logic than it is.
Okay.
Yeah, for Valhalla.
That's a good little hint.
Yeah, but I would say it's kind of screwed up for what Valhalla is in the game, but you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, but the game is phenomenal. The story is amazing. Just the gameplay is it's out of this world, and it's definitely improved upon. Also, like how you actually have eagle vision.
Oh, there's eagle vision again.
Yeah, eagle vision.
I've heard a lot of good things about Valhalla.
Yeah,
I wish I would have gotten it.
Yeah, it's a definitely great game, and they also have expansions. They already have like 2 expansions.
Oh, the game's been out for a minute.
Yeah, and they have more expansions down the road too. So, hey, Scotty. Whenever you get a chance.
There's a lot of games I need to get back in. I'll need to get into, and that's probably something I'll hop into on the summer. Honestly, last summer I was already considering getting Valhalla. I just never did it because I got back into Skyrim. But
Yeah. But hey, I would say it's kind of on the levels of Skyrim, and out of 5 stars, I'll give it a 5 out of 5 because I enjoy the heck out of the game.
You're calling this a perfect game.
Yeah, in a way, it is a perfect game because it's the combat's improved upon from the previous games, and it reminds me of the original Assassin's Creed games. It pays homage to it, and I love how it actually incorporates the Assassin's Creed mechanics back in this game, and it actually has the death from above or the assassination actually does that sound. We're like, "Ooh," and you can actually hear that sound. And like, oh, he's doing an assassination.
Yeah.
But hey, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is where it's at, and I think it's better than Origins and Odyssey in my opinion. So
Yeah.
definitely. So Scotty, I recommend it, and people, if you're listening to this, I recommend Valhalla because if you are Assassin's Creed fans, this is definitely your game for sure.
Just an FYI for all our people listening. It looks like we're experiencing some issues with our website. Um, if you're still able to hear this, please tune in to our YouTube stream. You can look it up at WWSU 1069, and you can watch us there live. You even got video too. But yeah, it looks like we are experiencing some issues with our radio broadcast at the moment.
Well, sorry we're experiencing issues right now, and thank you, Scotty, for addressing that on the show.
Yeah, it looks like it may be coming back to normal, but we are experiencing some issues. So sorry if there's any lag, any cutouts, anything. I'll have to reach out to our engineer once this show's over. Looks like we're back, though.
Cool. But yeah, Valhalla is a game that I think fans will remember to this day, and hopefully they highlight it as better than Origins and Odyssey.
When I think of Assassin's Creed, like I said, I think of the older games, but I gotta say their newer ones aren't that bad, but
Yeah.
they really do lack a lot of I don't know, originality. I guess I guess that would be a proper word to say for it.
Because they're milking it. Because it's
It's one of
yeah.
it's a game that they milk. It really is.
And I see that with current video game companies and past video game companies. They like to milk franchises or bring them back just so they can get money. The originality just is not there. The creativity is not there as it used to be.
Yeah.
And it just hopefully they fix that along the way in the future of the game industry. Okay. But we're coming up on our anyways, so Sky will be back soon. But anyways, thank you for everyone who's been listening so far on the Jones Review. It's great to be back so far. If you have any questions or if you want to put something in the chat, you can call the number at 937-775-555 or by typing in something in the live chat on YouTube or the Right State radio station. But anyways, I'm going to switch gears here to a different game, and I'm probably going to do Yakuza. Probably Yakuza Kiwami. So Yakuza Kiwami basically takes place in Japan, Tokyo, Japan, and you basically play as a main character who used to be ex-Yakuza named Kuryu Kazama. And Kuryu Kazama is a guy who is one of those, can I say the BA? He's a BA character.
BA.
And he's
The safe way to say it on air.
Yeah, safe way to say it on air. He's one of those BA characters where you don't want to mess with him. If you try to mess with his family or friends, or if you try to mess with him himself, he will mess you up for sure. They do one of those special attacks or special moves for like an extreme move, extreme action, I should say, in the game, to where he can actually just flip you up in the air, just like punch you in the back, and your spine is like.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, Yakuza, they're great games, and with the Yakuza series, for the first game, it's the remake Kiwami. It's about how Kuryu is an ex Yakuza member who is framed. Well, not framed, but he covers for his friend that he killed somebody.
Okay.
And he is in prison for at least 2 to 3 years, and he comes out. And this is the guy that literally fixes all the Yakuza problems that is going on. He's literally in the middle of all Yakuza problems in the games and beyond the game series. And when he comes out, he experiences his friend has become like one of the leaders or the chairman of the Yakuza and kind of gone rogue in a way. But next thing you know, his friend has a daughter named Uzuru.
Okay.
And and he has to protect her, and it's more like a father figure. Kuryu is kind of like a father figure to Uzu, and it's just along the way. It's like a cute story of just Kuryu just protecting her
Mm-hmm.
and caring for her and being that father figure for her. And it tells even though it's subtitled with Japanese, it's you can still read the subtitles and you just fall in love with it. And they just go like above and beyond with the extreme action sequences and the quick time events, and just when you're fighting enemies, they go above and beyond. Like you can do like a super drop kick, and like literally like if you punch this or drop kick this enemy, like it knocks over all the enemies like a pinball machine or like bowling balls in a way, but or bowling ball pins, I should say. But just Yakuza as a game, you grow with it, and as you grow with it and play the other games, you just start to have a love for Yakuza, the Yakuza game series, and you start to have a love for the character Kuryu Kazama,
Mm-hmm.
and he has friends along the way that he builds, and he has a detective friend, and he has an ex Yakuza friend. Uh, I think date son, yeah, date son, because they always end with son. So yeah, just and also just visually it's beautiful, and the way the colors are vibrant on the map, and they also have side quests that you can do, funny side quests. Uh, there's this one side quest to where Kuryu Kazama was helping out this elderly woman, and she was almost getting beat on by Yakuza members, and Kuryu steps in and beats him up. Next thing you know, the grandma's all over Kuryu and jumps on him, and he's like, "Ah, get away from me!" And then just their expressions are funny too, and it's kind of like how I explain it. It is more like an open world GTA in a way, but it's more like a brawler, like a action based brawler. And also you have different techniques or styles like brawler, stylish, I think it was stylish, and then you have dragon, which you can unlock down the road in the game. But it's just four different styles, and also I think it's the beast style, to where I don't know, they have their own unique styles to where you can fight enemies upon different enemies, and you can also you can grab like golf balls or a golf club or a bat or just melee weapons for the game, and you can just hit it with that. It's a great game, and I recommend it. I would give it a 5 out of 5. For
The
Yakuza,
Jones review's back when we hear a lot of 5 out of 5s from this man right here.
yes sir,
Bailey,
man.
you like a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, I like giving out quality content. I like
Yeah.
giving out quality to people so they can enjoy the quality content, like enjoy movies.
I don't think I've ever heard you give like a 1 star. I'm trying to think of a time where I've heard you give one.
I think it was back
I know you've had your 2 stars here and there.
Yeah. I think I'll get to that soon, hopefully.
We'll see if we can have like an episode where we just dog on stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like the Sharknado movies.
Oh my. Birdemic?
Yeah. I think they ended those for sure.
I would assume so. It's more of a meme than anything.
Literally, man. But yeah, I was about to ask you about I think it was World War Z, if you liked World War Z.
Bailey, you know what I'm about to say.
You never played it.
Never played it, never seen it, nothing.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a apocalyptic thing, right? With zombies. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a little bit of it, but I've never touched it. I know they had a game. They did have a World War Z game, but I never touched it.
Yeah, that was the game I was going to talk about.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Let me hear about it. Maybe you'll get me interested.
Yeah. But also, Scotty, did you hear about Back 4 Blood's coming out next month on Game Pass?
You were telling me about that on the last season of the Jones Review.
Yeah. But actually, I just remembered, I'll get back to World War Z another time. There has been so many game announcements and so many movie announcements recently.
Yeah, we got a few minutes. We got about a few minutes here.
Yeah. so Sony had a press conference and they announced Spider-Man 2, which will have Peter Parker and Miles Morales in the game
Ooh.
side by side versus Venom and even Kraven the Hunter.
This is a game you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the sequel to the Insomniac Spider-Man game.
Okay.
If you heard of it, I
Um,
remember it.
I'd never played it.
Me and John talked about it, I think, a couple episodes ago.
If I went back and watched, I'd probably remember.
Yeah. But it's a sequel to that, and they announced that Tony Todd, who is Candyman, will voice Venom. And, just so far, as long as there's Spider-Man and Venom, there's going to be a black suit Spider-Man or costumes for it, and it's going to be sick. But yeah, I just want to announce that they've recently talked about it and announced it on Sony, and now it's in fruition. And yeah, it'll come out 2022 or 23. I think it's 2023. But yeah, that is going to be phenomenal. And also, they announced God of War Ragnarok finally.
Oh, there you go.
They actually showed gameplay.
God
for
of
it,
War,
too.
I've never been able to play because I was always an Xbox player, but I mean, I've seen that. That is a game I wish I was able to play.
Yeah.
Seems so BA, bro.
It is BA for sure. And they showed gameplay, and Sony actually announced that, or Santa Monica Studios said that this will be they will finalize the Norse mythology saga. They're gonna finish it. And then also they announced a Wolverine game with the claws, Wolverine, and Insomniac is actually developing that game. And then also, there's also another Super Smash Bros. Character that's getting another movie, Super Mario,
Oh, okay.
voiced by Chris Pratt.
When's that coming out?
Next year.
Oh, yeah, we got a minute then.
And I think also Jack Black is voicing Bowser.
Really?
Yeah.
Jack Black is a character.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
is such a unique person. I don't even know. Like, what was it? He was in House of Rock and then, like, Kung Fu Panda and all these other things. And he's played in, like, serious movies, too, and all this other stuff. Dude's a character. I love Jack Black.
And also, Shane, I'm going to do some reviews later down the road. Probably do some more game reviews. Also, I'll do Judgment, which is kind of like a Yakuza game, but you play more as a detective / lawyer. And also, I'll do a review for Lost Judgment, Mortal Kombat Legends Battle for the Realms. And also, I would like to do a review for Injustice when the movie comes out. So I would do a future
My buddy
review.
liked playing the Injustice video games a lot.
And also, they're going to have, or they might release it, but it was kind of leaked by, is it NVIDIA or something?
Yeah, the like computer parts company.
Yeah.
You know, they make graphics cards. Yeah.
Yeah, they literally leaked like so many games on there.
Really?
Yeah, it was a
Ooh.
full list of like game companies, like games that haven't been announced yet.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Injustice 3, Mortal Kombat 12, Crisis 4,
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 4.
All right.
Also, BioShock.
Ooh, Bioshock.
Shock 2022. It wasn't like it just said BioShock 2022. And
I love Bioshock.
yeah, and then they have like a BioShock RTX remaster, and then for Rockstar they said they had like a GTA 3, Vice City, and then San Andreas remasters.
Vice City. I've been waiting for this for years.
Yeah.
I'm about to cry, Bailey.
Yeah, so that was like a huge leak, and game companies are upset. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's just a huge game leak, and
They'll screw up all their marketing.
I mean, that's it's not their fault. Well, it's kind of bad the way my perspective is, because I was like, it's kind of their fault for not like at least teasing it, or at least like, but they're not ready though.
Yeah, exactly.
So see
Yeah,
why.
I can't put any blame on them for that.
Yeah, but I guess they had it coming in a way. I mean,
We can say that.
yeah, and also Capcom's Resident Evil 4 remake was on that list.
I don't even know what to say. I've been waiting for this even longer than I've been waiting for that other one.
Me too, man.
Resident Evil 4 is my favorite Resident Evil game,
Me
and
too.
I've been waiting for a remaster for, I don't know, like 4 years now. Well, damn, I'm really hyped up now.
Yeah, and they also have a Dead Space remake coming out next year. Yep,
Jeez.
and
My wallet is going to hurt.
yeah, and like
Oh,
literally,
my.
the graphics are stunning, and they had like a gameplay video, like a demo video of like showcasing what kind of new stuff they added, new mechanics to the new Dead Space remake. And actually, if you shoot a necromorph, you can actually see their limbs dingling a
Oh,
little bit, and like the way they had the plasma cutter aiming system, to where if you aim at one of the limbs or body, like it kind of phases in to like that singular point to
yeah.
where to shoot. And it's actually pretty detailed.
Huh.
And they actually, I'm not sure if they have the same voice actor for Isaac Clarke, but I'm just excited what EA does. And just what I'm excited for DC fandom too. I gotta announce that too, because they're gonna have Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, more gameplay of that, and then more gameplay of Gotham Knights. And then they're gonna finally show off Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. And then I'm just gonna announce what I'm going to review for the upcoming season of the Jones Review, and try to like make sure I don't cut out time. But also, probably gonna do Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza 3, Yakuza 4, Yakuza 5, and Yakuza 6.
It's going to be a long episode.
Yes, sir. And then Watch Dogs Legion, Witcher, The Night of the Wolf. And then I'm probably going to do a review for Doom Patrol. And it just came out, season 3 of Doom Patrol on HBO Max, if you haven't checked it out. And then I'm probably going to do a review for Malignant, which is like a horror movie that came out on HBO Max and theaters. And then I'm also going to do World War Z, Zombie Army 4, Dead War, Shang-Chi, and Aliens Fire Team, MKX, MK11, and Injustice 2, Warframe, Marvel's Avengers, and Vanquish. And then also, just to add it to the top of the cherry, also going to do Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. So, got a lot in store for season 2 of the Jones Review. And, I just want to make a shout out to Scotty for giving me season 2 of the Jones Review and giving me
I
this
love it.
opportunity.
I'm glad to have you back. I've been waiting for this day for a while now.
Me too, man. It's been
Good season 2 debut, man.
hell yeah, man. And I was itching to get back on the show, man. I was like, when am I going to get back to the show, man? I've been missing it. And it's like, it made me constantly busy. And, I missed it a lot. And then, I also have, going to do a review for Days Gone, too, for Sam Witter. And yeah, but Scotty, it's been a great season premiere of the Jones Review.
It has been. It's good to be back. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties that we had. Sorry if you were listening on our website and it went down. I'm having our engineer work on that right now. He actually came in right when it went down, so I'm hoping we have that back up soon. So apologize for that. But from my perspective here, thank you so much for listening to the Jones Review.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody who has been listening to the Jones Review today on season 2's premiere. And it's been a blessed day today. And thank you for listening. And I hope you guys stay tuned for more of the Jones Review next week. And then my next guest will be Justin Souders. So stay tuned for the Jones Review on a new showtime at 11:30 through 1 p.m. on Saturdays now instead of Fridays. So stay tuned for more of the Jones Review.